Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Today, it's Evan on federal taxes. And at the end of this, what age should we really be getting Social Security if the program was started today? Well, Evan on federal taxes first. Special interest, special interest, special interest, tax, 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 and spend, spend, spend. Wouldn't that have been fun? Boy, that must have been the best job in the world for anyone to do. Get credit for it, be doing well, tax, 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 spend, 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 whatever you want, unlimited credit card, get rewarded for it being the right thing. That must have been a job. Woo! That you had to be qualified for. All right. Well, unfortunately, we need a change. So here is my proposal. Yes, my proposal. My proposal to fix the system is different than I've heard anyone else ever say. I think there should be a 10% tax on 50,000 or less. So if you earn 45,000, you pay $4,500 in taxes, and that is your tax. It's that easy. Uh, Saves you time during tax season, saves you money so you don't have to bring it into the tax preparers. Stock gains you have, whatever income you have that year, 10% on $50,000 or less. Then it jumps to 20% on the total after 50K. So you're paying, if you make $100,000, you're paying $15,000 in taxes. Eventually, a 15% tax rate on a $100,000 earner. It's 20% after 50K and 10% on the 50K or less. Then there's going to be a 7% corporate tax rate. So corporations can go green, so corporations can win in the green economy so that we can transition away from fossil fuels, so that we can win the technological races that need to be won, so that corporations can reinvest into their corporation and to incentivize people to work for corporations and not themselves. I would lower the Social Security tax on income to 5% for the employer and 5% for the employee, and eliminate the cap. So there would no longer be a cap on Social Security. And this is supposed to help solventize Social Security. It's supposed to help uh, not be a regressive tax that just the poor pay. And it's supposed to help turn around the bond market, which has been fleeting. We're going to take that tax Social Security money, we're going to put it into the bond market, and we're going to earn an interest rate on that. So bond prices go down or up, and interest rates go down. So interest rates go down and bond prices go up. It's going to help the banks. We're going to more than solventize Social Security because times are still fairly good right now. So we want to try to get ahead for the rainy day. And that's not going to be easy, folks. However, that's what we've got to do. Also, raise the Medicare tax to 2.5%, no cap. And then everybody gets something today. Everybody gets 50% health care immediately. You can get 50% off health insurance. You can get 50% off care if you don't have health insurance, and 50% health care. And we're going to charge you 2.5% with no cap. And then on the back end, we're going to charge you 50% estate or death tax. So if Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, if someone dies, 50% of that goes to the government, and they figure out what to do with it. And they lived a good life, and time to be taxed. Tax at the end of death, and move on. So that it's not kid after kid after kid after kid not having to do anything, just their kids, and so that the other people can prosper. and so that they can have a good life. See, oh, look what I accomplished. And then I paid all these taxes. That's a good thing. All right. What else are we going to do with the tax system? Well, we're going to eliminate all federal excise taxes, fees, and charges, including the fee on wireless plans, including the gas tax. We're going to eliminate all the fees, all the loopholes. We're going to eliminate them, and that tax is going to be what it is, and we're going to deal with it to run the government, and that's what it's going to be. That's my proposal. So, the other thing I wanted to do is I've had very little government experience. My government experience was in college. I was a finance chair. I was a national communications coordinator. As finance chair, the things we spent money on were things that there was 2,000 residents that I represented about, and we did things that the residents could not do easily on themselves to bring residents together and to give them an opportunity to basically have an experience at college. So we taxed them a little bit of their room and board, and then it went back to the halls, and the halls got a portion of that tax, and they could throw pizza parties, which without the government, one person wouldn't want to just pitch in and say, "Hey, I'm going to spend $300 on pizza today, so we can have a party," or they wouldn't think very well. Let's combine our money and have a pizza party. There wasn't a lot of money that they were charged, and it was only a $30,000 budget for 2,000 students, so about $15 a student is what we managed. However, we were able to do things that they couldn't do by themselves. Hold events like Duck Idol, hold events like concerts, hold events like Casino Night, and events that were more selfish interested, like travel trips to New York, travel trips to uh, St. Louis. We had to fundraise that money on our own to go on those trips. It wasn't taxpayer dollars, and I just wanted to defend my record because we came in, it wasn't a balanced budget. We came out, and it was a balanced budget, and we did things that the students could not do on their own. All right. So, what is Social Security really for? Well, it's really for those who cannot work. It's for those who need assistance because they cannot work. They have a disability. They are old and frail. They cannot function on themselves. They need help. That's what Social Security is initially for. So, and how much was really paid into Social Security? You know, the minimum wage in the 50s was like $1 an hour. So we're paying these people who were paying into Social Security like pennies, pennies on the dollar, what they're getting now on Social Security. How much interest do they deserve? Well, they say you can earn 7% interest in the stock market or something like that. However, bonds earn different rates, gold earns different rates. And what rate are they really supposed to get? Is it more like a 3% return on investment that because this is supposed to be guaranteed money by the federal government, backed by the Federal Reserve, that if they cannot pay it, we have to print more money, or we actually go as a nation in default, and we're going to give them 7, 8, 9, 10% annual increases based on what they made? No, we can't afford to do that. And, you know, they've had a good life or they have money. That's sometimes how it is. So maybe look at something more reasonable, like a 3% annual interest rate or return on money on the Social Security, and see how much their paycheck would be then um, on Social Security versus what they're actually getting today, which has been inflated and inflated and inflated, and spending more than they return and all that. So if it were created today, people outside of the disabled and the unable to work, for good reason, 75 um, to 80, and if you wait till 80, you get more than you got at 75, might be a reasonable thing for society to bring up just with a blank slate. All right, and the other question is, did they like me down? You know, or is it, what are we fighting for today? All right, well, I will talk to you later and see you.